next class now on vision analysis. And this subject is very important because the reason why many people struggle in life because they can't see far, and you will see that this is one subject I'm very, very passionate about because I've seen people, people do what they do with no clear direction. I'm wondering, how can you think you can succeed this way? It doesn't happen that way. As you'll see when we go into some very powerful scriptures on this subject. Now, in this class, for example, one of the things that you will see the power of vision. What is we're going through a couple of things to talk about, we define some terms, look at some scriptural perspectives. I'll show you some insights in scriptures, and then how do we catch vision? And then how do you pursue vision? That means God will show you something, but how do you turn it into a reality, for example? I love that. So that's why this is something this is a subject that you want to take note extensively. I love that. And look, I'll show you some clear examples of those who have used this power of vision, who understand vision very well and applied it and make a difference in what they do. By way of introduction, our anchor scripture for your notes is Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse number. We can start from verse 1 all the way down. I always like to read it because there's power in reading. There's the way you hear the same scripture you go, that make a difference to you. He said, I will stand upon my watch, verse 1, and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. Verse 2, he said, the Lord answered me, and said, write a vision, make it plain upon the tables, that it may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Watch that statement. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, should not tarry. And verse 4 says, behold, as his soul which is not lifted up, is not upright. His soul which is lifted up, rather, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. So for every vision, there's a faith requirement that follows, and we'll go to that shortly. Now, if you look at Daniel chapter 1, verse 17, talk about God is the giver of the vision. God is the giver. So, and we'll talk about what vision is all about. By way of definition, there are two main definitions about visions, some about sight, seeing ahead, but I just picked these two. I think it's going to be very relevant for this class. Number one is vision for our own context today is unfolding of God's plan. What God is showing you what He wants to do with you, because we are all on earth as citizens of heaven, on earth on a mission. We are citizens of heaven on earth on a mission. That is the foundation. So when you land on here with the purpose, for example, there's a purpose why you are here. So God shows you the vision, the end game of the purpose of the reason why you are here. That's what we call vision. That's on God's plan for why you are here. Every one of you, whatever you do, there's a purpose why you are here. That's why each of you can make a difference if you care to know what to do. And somebody said a vision is a mental picture of a desirable future. So God is showing you something, mentally you can figure it out. You see, for example, I see men and women rise in Africa that will make a difference. I can tell. I'm not, I see an army of men rising. It's mental. It's of a future that you want to, be part of. And that's what it does, even your career. So if you're called to be a fashion person, you see that God is showing you something, a great picture of you somewhere doing something great. But the difference here is that we are connecting it back to the kingdom. That's what makes a difference for us. Some very wise saying here, no man can feature in the future he has not seen. No man can arrive at the future he has not seen. That's why if you look at Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 11 and 12, Jeremiah, God was asking, what do you see? There's something about what you see that defines your future. If you can't see greatness, you can't think greatness. So that's why, as you listen to me right now, your mind is expanding that the possibilities of what is possible. Because as you can see it, it's possible. Then we'll not talk about what can I do to make it happen. God asked Jeremiah, what do you see? He said, oh, I see a tree of an almond. God said, you have seen well. When you see well, things go well with you. Clarity of vision is what it's all about. And if you look at Genesis chapter 13, when Abraham, after Lot left Abraham, you know what happened? God then told Abraham, now, after God, I said, now look north, south, east, west. All the land you see, I give it to you. So there's something powerful about what we see. That's what we call vision. So our vision is about sight. Anywhere you see the word vision, you connect it with sight, seeing ahead of where you are. So where you are today is important, but Can you see ahead of where you are? Can you see the career you are doing today? Can you see yourself doing something great there? And it's possible, but you must see it first. So I thought, and why is this vision very important? Bible speaking in Proverbs 29, verse 18 says, without vision, people perish. And that, I want you to note that word, pause on that word. Without vision, people perish. That means if you are doing what you're doing just to go and eat and drink and buy clothes, you can't go far. Your life is miserable over a time. But when you have a vision, you see that you grow from level to level. That's how this thing happens. Imagine what we began the AMP, for example. Imagine we just stood there. No, it goes in phases. You'll see shortly. And for every vision, let me say God is the source. So know that, when God is the one directing you and showing you your path in life, that means you are guaranteed to succeed. All you need to do is ask the right questions. I always say the quality of the question you ask determines the quality of the answer you get. Asking the right questions gives you the right answer, then that gives you clarity of vision, then you can run with it. But one thing to note, just after my vision, is that for every vision is a time. So anything God showed you, there's a time to it. You are called into this career. There are phases in this career. They're time bound. Like it's, AMP, like I told you earlier, he's talking about at the appointed time I will ignite it. That scripture I read to you, Habakkuk 2, talks about God is a God of time. There's a time to every vision. So you must be sensitive to your timing. For every vision, there's a people. That's why when God gives you a vision for a business or career, there are people that there are people that you are sent to your customers. When they find you, they will know this is my guy, this is my client. You are selling wristwatch, you are selling clothing, you are selling shoes, you're an IT specialist. When you have your own customers, because if God gives you vision, they will connect with you because they are, that's how this thing works. That's why you see people open up shops and customers will come into everybody's shop differently because these are the people that you are sent to. They will find you. For every vision, there's a place. Every vision has a place. Some can be, it's location based, very, very critical. When you are in your place, things work. When you're in your place, you see that everything begins to work together for your good. If you're out of place, it's miserable. That's why you see from scripture, you see when Isaac wanted to go to Egypt, God said, no, stay here. And we are told Isaac stood in that land. It was great for doing what, he was to do. So what I was saying here today is that for every vision, there's a time, there are people, there's a place, and number 4, very importantly, every vision attracts provision. Very critical. That's why it's important to locate your own place. What is God's desire for my life? If you can't, if you need to pause and make that happen, pray and pray. You see that scripture, it says, I will pray and I will watch what God will say. That's very critical. Every one of you listen to me now, will find that opportunity with God to say, God, what exactly are you called to? I just want to work on hard and just make money and eat and buy a car and buy a house. No, that's not going. There's something bigger than that. Fulfillment in life, as you'll see, is tied to these 4 principles. But my point I'm making is that after you've gotten vision, you see why it's important. Let's talk about the power of vision. Now, there are 11 things here. I'll just try and do a skim round some of these things. Like I said, I will share the slide with you all, but you can make your own notes. Vision, as I've defined to you now, backs confidence. When you see a man of vision, a woman of vision, the way they talk is different. When I speak to you about AMP, I'm speaking from the depth of confidence of what I do, not an assumption. Vision gives direction. When you're clarity of vision, you know where to be and where not to be. Clear direction. And like I said earlier, vision attracts provisions. When you are AMP has been for 14 years, 15 years going now, we've never had to borrow any money for any reasons. And we have structure, we have buildings, you spend millions every year on year on different projects. Because it's God-given vision. So if your career has God will provide for you because it's, if you're in line and, what he has sent you to do. Vision attracts defense. When you are in your place, like I said, you are defended. One of the most peaceful things we've done, for example, when we acquired AMP facility, is peace all the way. All the way. From acquiring property, from running a bit, everything we've done from day one. I'm not in town for any reasons. Things are run smoothly. No stress of any kind. Why? We are in our place. It brings honor and dignity. When you see a man or woman running a career and business with vision, they are uniquely different. They are honored. They get promoted. They have dignity. That's why I'm begging every one of you, run your life with a clear vision of what God wants you to do. You bring focus. You are clear. You major in your major and minor in your minor. You bring stability. When it's clear, it's only a man that you stumble when you are not clear on what you are doing. When you are clear, when you are focused, and vision is about clarity, you are stable. And vision brings discipline. There's a discipline that comes with being a man of vision. When you have vision, you don't go anywhere anyhow. No, you are careful. Those the company you keep, your association, you are company, the environment you find yourself. No. You're like a sheep. You can't be found in dirty places. No. I can't be here. I shouldn't be here. I can't be doing kind of stuff. That's what vision does for you. The discipline required to succeed in life is imparted on you. And like I said, finally here, vision is a catalyst for exploits. When you see men and women that command exploits, if you look at the scripture, Hebrews chapter 11, you see men like Moses, men like Jacob. These are stories of Noah, all kind of people that command exploits. They are people who caught the vision and ran with the vision. In fact, Hebrews chapter 11, we call it the Hall of Faith, or the Hall of Fame for faith. That means if you want to read about people who engage faith and vision to command exploits, that's where to go read. You see a catalog of stories of men. He said, time will not allow me to tell you of Barak, of Noah, of Jephthah, of all kinds of people in the scriptures who commanded exploits on the basis of God's vision for their lives. The same is true for all of us today. If you want to succeed in your business and career, you must be a man, a woman of vision. So the question again is, what would life look like without vision? Number one, without vision, to say no will be difficult. There's some places you can't invite me now because I'm on a vision. I will tell you no, sorry, straight away, without thinking about it. To say no, in fact, there was a story of this marathon, world record holder in marathon, this man from Africa as well. You can Google the man. When they asked him that, what is the secret of your success? Number one thing they say is being able to say no. That means you can't do anything everybody's doing. You have to be uniquely, what do I need to succeed in my vision? The vision for my life. Being able to say no. Many of you invited to different places, they must say no. This doesn't look like where I should be going. Why? Because I'm focused on where I'm going. That's the power of discipline. Without vision, energy, you just be burning energy about the place. See a lot of people just run about town. Going everywhere doesn't lead anywhere. Energy all over the place. Without vision, people run wild. I quoted that scripture before. He said, without vision, people perish. Perish here means they run wild. They are struggling. They look ordinary. People, vision makes you extraordinary in what you're doing. People like, why are you doing it? People look at you differently. Why? Because they believe that there's something unique about you. And what they don't know is that if you are running your life with vision. Lastly here, I said without vision, calamity is just about to happen. If you see people that don't have vision, they end up in, Bible very clear. If you look at Psalm 1 verse 1 or verse 6, he said, without vision, it's just calamity. You perish. And that's what a life without vision looks like. Now, how do I position myself for vision? For example, some of you may ask, oh God, I know about vision, but I don't really think what is it? How do I connect vision? So vision is about discovery. It's not something that, there are ways you can push yourself for vision. How about a couple of them here that I want to share with you briefly? Number one, you have to be ready to separate yourself. I told you about the AMA vision when they came on board. It was me coming back from church. I was about to sleep in the afternoon to rest for the Sunday before Monday work. And then as I was out, everyone was quiet. I'm like, what's happened here? Then the spirit man spoke. The word came loud and clear in my spirit man. It's a spirit connection. It's not about the hear a voice, this word, but it's a spirit connection. Just think it's a fire about to burn in Africa. Like, really? Fire about to burn in Africa? What's my own about that? And then you ask the right questions. Then the next thing follows. Is for some Proverbs 18 verse 1 says, a man having separated himself intermedded with all wisdom. So there's a time for you to separate yourself from all the noise. You want to hear God clearly on what you must do. Separation is one thing. Number two is meditation. The meditation is about on the word. Sometimes you are reading the word and then you just strike to a word that, wow, this makes sense to me. This applies to my career. I always tell people, I say, if you're running a career, you must have a word you're running with. It must be a word tied to your career that is foiling you, energizing you. So when you have things that happen at work, you're not perturbed because you are clear that you have a word for that career. So when you have when you're doing anything and you have a word tied to that thing, and that comes from meditation. That's how God ministers to you. Because the word of God carries spirit and carries life. Number 3 way to connect with vision is prayer. Going to prayer, God, show me. You're asking the right question in prayer. And of course, more importantly, you also, after you pray, you must be sensitive. Because that scripture that we read earlier, about Hebrews 2, says, I will stand upon my watch and I will hear what God will say. So you have prayed, you also keep quiet as well to hear what God is saying. Remember the story of Samuel when God was calling him. Eli said, "Hey, relax. When he call you next, they'll say, God, here am I. Your son here is. Your servant here." So that means you must be ready to be sensitive. But as a matter of fact, the vision for AMP was be sensitive. I was passionate about Africa. I want people to succeed. I want people to, when I see Christians that are struggling in their career and business, I'm like, why can't you be struggling? You carry the light. You have the Holy Spirit. You have everything. Why are you struggling in your career and business? If you name people here that are the best in the company, they should be people like you. So why are you struggling? So when a Christian complains to me that they sack him, they complain to me that he's struggling in his career, he's not, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I believe that we carry the light and it should show. And I'm like I told you, I've lived that example. Anywhere I've worked, if I want to leave, they say, no, you can't go nowhere. You carry a grace that we need here. Because why? There's results. There's excellence to show for it. So you have to go and watch to connect with the spirit. Praise and worship is one thing I do personally. I'm not just the one you do in church, the one you do one-on-one with God to connect with ideas, the wisdom of God to excel in what you do. The right company, you have to be careful. I always say the company you keep determines what accompanies you. Who you follow determines what follows you. So you have to be careful those who are around you, the kind of people that you connect with. I'm happy, when I heard the story of when Yemi told me, oh, he's coming, and then the people also just inviting. That's the power connection. Association, people that will not only want to succeed, but want to carry you along, because that's what this is all about. And that's what we're doing at the AMP, building a community of men and women who are on a journey, who want to succeed and want to carry other people along if they're willing and they're ready to join the train. And of course, for every vision, you must prove it. Proving it means my own way of proving scripture or vision is the word. One of the best way to prove it. You can hear anything, you can do anything, but that's why you see at the AMP, when God gave the vision, he told you, boy, the scripture to use to connect to understand what you're doing is just that too. And when I read it, it was clear to me that an army of men and women are rising on this platform. More importantly, there's also a place for planning. Like I told you, when we got a vision and your career, you need planning. You need to succeed. In whatever God calls you to do, you need time to sit down. Jesus said, who is it that want to build a tower that will not sit down first? Sit down first. That's critical. There's a planning phase for every vision to succeed, because when God shows you the raw, you sit down, iron it out. Okay, I want to become an global IT entrepreneur, a consultant. What does that mean? You have to sit down. What will I be doing? What certification do I need to get? What kind of skills do I need to acquire? You have to sit down, plan it. The good thing today is that we're in what I call the knowledge economy, where you can go and say, how do I do this? ChatGPT, Google, how do I do this? They will list you all this to do. Then you now sit down and plan step by step. There's nothing new under the sun. Whatever you need to succeed out there, you need to ask the right questions and then you get the right answers. Now, how do I pursue vision? I've had people ask me many questions, this question many times. They say, sir, I got a bug, show me this, or I want to become this. Okay, number one thing is faith. Faith means step out in faith. If you believe what God has showed you, or what you want to do, step out in faith. It could mean for someone in your career, apply for the jobs that you're looking forward to. In faith, believing that you may not have all the skill set yet, step out in faith. Everything God speaks to you, the word show you will require faith. That's why in that scripture, about Hebrews 2, he said, the just shall live by faith. Anywhere I am by privilege, it's always faith. Faith is the number one tool I use. Vision, clarity, yes, but faith is next. Why? Because if you wait for things to happen, nothing will happen. You make things happen. And one thing is step out by faith. Number two, start from where you are. Whatever you have is where God wants to start from. He told Abraham from where you are, from where you are, from where you are. Somebody said, oh, sir, I want this, I don't have this. No. Don't come what you don't have. There's something you have already. Start from where you are. Invest your time wisely. Major in your major. Don't be everywhere. Know what to do. Focus on your time and invest your time. Put your time where that it matters. You want to become a consultant. You want to become someone that is renowned in your area. You have to invest time in studying in that area. To be approved in that area, you have to study. Acquire the right books, which I'm going to recommend a couple of books for us. Apart from the ones in your career, to build your skills, there are important things that you must invest your time on. Your energy. So there's a talent you have, for example, some of you are skilled in different areas. God has endowed you. What are those skill sets? And apply them to what God has showed you as a vision. Must put in the work. That means diligence. If you want to stand before great people, put in diligence. Very important, very critical. And that's very important. Vision is in phases. Remember that. Life is in phases. Don't jump from 0 to 10. No. To 1 to 2. I call it making satisfactory progress. That's how you know that you're on God's agenda. It doesn't happen overnight. That's why I said at that point in time, I will ignite it. It's a wait for it. Even though it's waiting, it looks like, am I on God's plan? No. It's a wait for it. It should not lie. It should not tarry. At the end, just speak. And then, of course, vision is in phases. You must learn as a lifestyle. Learning is key. We are here. I'm so happy for many of you listening to me right now, because this is what you need to hear first. This is the foundation of what will you build on your career. You have a skill. You can only learn your skills. But many people have your skills. But what makes you different is your mindset. And what we're doing here today is to let you know, hey, don't run like others. Don't go like others. No. Run with vision. When they encounter you, even an interview, they will know from what you're saying, this is different. There's something, I'm talking about 40 people, your own is different. I remember one interview I had with one of the company, when I was hired, they said, I've spoken about 40 people, but the way you spoke is different. There's a confidence you speak that is unique because you're a man or woman running vision. And then you must have what I call people that are accountability partners, someone that you can share vision with. When the vision came, there are people that share with, see what God is speaking to me. And then we're a team together. So your career, your business, you need partners, people that are going where you are going, who want to succeed. You not be in your own area of calling, but who also want to succeed. And then you can share knowledge, And of course, you must also remember that it came from God. You need God to sustain it. I said, the Lord build the house. Every labor is in vain. Now, when I was talking to you all as I begin to wrap up on this subject, because this is the very subject I'm very passionate about, and I trust that you all get this, because this is where everything we're going to be doing is going to be drawing from. How far you see will determine how far you will go. Jeremiah 1 verse 11, 12, I told you earlier, God said, when he was speaking to Jeremiah, he said, what do you see? You know why? Because what you see defines what you will get. Genesis 14 verse 15, after Lot departed from Abraham, God told Abraham, now boy, remember I told you, I'll make you great. Genesis 12, 9, 13, he said, now as far as your eyes can see. So where you are now, what can you see about your career? What can you see about what God is calling you to do? That's very important, because that was to make you different from every other person. Your colleagues at work, good, thank God for them. But what you see defines you. And what you are hearing now is a reminder that. And let me show you how powerful what you see is. You see, the level of, if you want to be great, solve great problems. If you want to be global, solve global problems. Let me show you what that means from here. Look at these companies that you can see on the screen right now. Amazon is here, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, and Google. Now look at what they say. Look at the one for Amazon. He said, our vision is to be the head's most customer-centric company, to build a place where people can come to find and discover anything they might want to buy online. Now look at that vision. It's a global vision. No wonder it's a global company today. If you read their story, I've read, I love biographies. I've read their story over and over again. It's an amazing story of don't despise the days of little beginning. Start where you are. That's where the world began. But over years, because of their vision, they keep pushing the boundaries. And today, the story is here. Look at Apple. Apple says to make the best product on earth. They're not saying their community. They're not saying their family. They are looking at things in the global. The vision they have is global. No wonder they are global companies. All of them can go around to Microsoft, to Facebook. You can read all of this. The way I summarize this is this. The level of problem you are solving determines the level you find yourself in life. Let me say that again. The level of problem you are solving determines the level you find yourself in life. What does that mean? If you solve problem at the local level, you become a local champion. If you solve problem at the global level, become a global business. So for any of you listening to me right now, you want to become a global in what you do. It's a function of what do you see. That's why I wrote this little book. It's called, I hope they will share with all of you. It's called What Do You See? What you see defines you. It defines how far you go. It defines, what pressure you can withstand to get to what God said you will achieve. Now, I've shared this vision statement from these companies so you can see that, look, there's something strong and powerful about vision. That if you get it very clearly, I'm telling you, you have set yourself up for success. Because that is just far so I can see. That's what God will do. God is, you can't feature in the future you have not seen. You have to have a mental picture of what God is showing you, and then you can take steps from step 1 to step 2. Bible says, where we're told that a journey of 1,000 miles, you give yourself a step. Start from where you are. Keep taking the step. Keep looking ahead. There will be issues, there will be challenges, but God will give you the strength, the grace, because you are seeing clearly. And you know what God has showed you. So when you see anything different, you say, no. I can't take it for less. There's something bigger than where I am today. That's who we are. Some of you are in workplaces today. That won't be your end. No. There's something bigger than what you are today. But enjoy your present day. But don't relax there. Don't settle there. Except God told you to do so. But keep knowing that there's something bigger, something greater than what God has wanted you to be part of, from glory to glory, where it takes a man or woman of vision to get to that point. So what am I saying here as I close on the subject today, vision? A book that I recommend, very small book. And most of the book I recommend are very small books. There's a book called Understanding Visions. This is by Bishop David Oyedepo. Very small book. It expounds the subject of vision. And then, of course, What Do You See? The one I personally wrote. And this is for people who are in business, basically for business people, career people, because that way you can see that where you are, there's no big deal. You can be great if only you know what to do. So that's this on subject of vision. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I hope you all are as well. But it's not about catching vision, it's about pursuing vision. And what I've shared with you here begins with stepping out in faith. You don't have to see clearly. That's why God said, I'll show you, your word is a light unto my path and a lamp unto my feet. It shows you step by step. And that's why Psalm 1 verse 1 talk about the company you keep. Verse 2 of that Psalm 1 talk about meditate upon the word day and night. The Bible must be your guidance day and night. In verse 3, it says, whatever you do shall prosper. It shall be like a tree planted by the riverside. Whatever you do shall prosper. That is one of my cardinal secrets. Number 1, very careful the company I keep. Number 2, I check the word day and night. So before I sleep in the morning, at night, when I wake up in the morning, I'm always checking scriptures. Why? Psalms, Proverbs, learning wisdom to apply to deal with people at work, at home, wherever. And then verse 3 says, you shall be like a tree planted by the riverside, and whatever you do shall prosper. It's a guaranteed success formula if you care to follow it.